everyone, we're live now. We're just going to wait for a couple more people to join the session and then we'll get started. We're just going to give it one more minute to let a few more people join, and then we'll get started with our intimates portion of this session. Okay, it looks like we have a good crowd joined, so I'm going to get started. So welcome to the Virtual Prego Expo's Intimates 101 portion. My name is Alicia Fitzmyer, and I'm the senior buyer here at Motherhood Maternity. I'm a mother of two my children are 4 and 2 years old, and both of whom have been breastfed. So I'm going to take you through a whole bunch of things of why you need a bra, how to get yourself in the proper fitting bra, some common fit issues, and then also go through some of our best sellers and features and benefits that you might want to look for in a bra as you're going through this journey. So first, why do you need to buy a new bra or a different bra during pregnancy? So when you get pregnant, everybody expects the belly to be growing, and we know that you're going to need new pants and maybe your shirts are going to get a little tight, but what a lot of times surprises people is one morning you'll wake up and oh my gosh, it feels like your boobs grow overnight. So you get these sudden growth spurts, and a lot of times those growth spurts happen actually in the first trimester before your pants even stop fitting. So it's really common to see sporadic growth spurts throughout pregnancy, and over our history in measuring lots of pregnant women, what we tend to see is usually you can expect anywhere from a 2 to 4 cup size increase and 1 to 2 hand sizes. Now every pregnancy is different and every body is different, so not everyone sees such dramatic growth, and some people see bigger growth, but you should expect to see a lot of change when it comes to your bra. The other thing is there's so many changes going on in the body, obviously with growing the baby, but there's also a lot of change going on in your breast tissue, and your breast tissue is preparing to produce milk for baby. So your milk ducts are starting to form, the breast tissue is changing size and shape, and a lot of things are going on. So this can cause not only tenderness but also soreness in the breast. So certain styles you may have been, I love wearing my underwire bra, it gives me great lift and support, but then all of a sudden it's not comfortable anymore. And that's because so much is changing so rapidly in your body to prepare for baby. The other thing is we find that in pregnant and lactating women, the actual breast tissue itself can be up to 35% heavier. So even if you're the exact same size, now there's a lot more pressure being put in the weight of that breast falling into the cup. So that can add to digging into maybe your underwire, or maybe you're carrying the breast tissue differently, so your bras are not going to fit the same. So it's really important to just be aware of all these changes and understand that it's totally normal to be seeing these rapid changes, and really get yourself into a comfortable bra that's the right size, that's really going to give you that lift and support. The other thing to keep in mind is even if you're not planning on breastfeeding, your body doesn't necessarily know that. So the body naturally is going to be developing the ducts and getting ready for lactation. So you still will want to look at a maternity bra because they are built a little differently to give you that support. So I'm going to go into how you can measure for a bra. Now, ideally, you would want to have your partner or another family member do this measurement for you, just because since you're going around the body, it's really difficult to make sure that you're lining things up correctly. So I'm going to use this form right here, just to give you an idea of how we would go through this process. So you want to take a tape measure, just any soft tape that you would normally find in a sewing kit. And the first measurement we're going to take is around the rib cage. So you want to be wearing a bra when you're doing this as well, because you do want the breast to be supported and sitting approximately in the place that they would be during wearing a bra. So you're going to take your tape and bring it right around the rib cage. And when you take this measurement, you really want to pull it nice and tight, because the majority of the support you get from a bra does come from the band, not actually the strap. So you want to pull this tight, and you want to take your measurement right under the bust, where the breast tissue would meet the rib cage. So take a tape measurement, and let's say that you're measuring about 30 inches. So the 30 inches is not actually your band size. You're going to need to do a little bit of math for that. So if you measure 30 inches, you're going to want to add 4 inches to that to get your band size. So that would put you in a 34 band. If you get an odd number, like 29 for example, you'll want to add 5 and round you up into that 34. And if you're in between, always round up. Because most bras have some adjustability at the back, so it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. The next measurement you're going to want to take is around your bust at fullest. So at the fullest point, usually where the high point is of the nipple, you're going to take the tape around, and this measurement you want to take loosely, especially because you're going to continue to experience size change. So take a nice loose measurement around the bust at fullest, and take note of that. So let's say in this example, the bust at fullest measurement is a 37. So to find your actual bra size, now you're going to take your 2 measurements to get your cup size. So if you have your 37 inches for bust at fullest and your 34 band size, you want to subtract the 34 from 37, and that gives you 3. So in this case, a 3-inch difference would put you in a C cup. So the way you would look at the cup sizes is starting at A cup, it would be a 1-inch difference. A B cup would be a 2-inch difference, and then a C cup would be a 3-inch difference, and so on. And then you would go up into D, double D, and so on. So now that you know what your right bra size is, next comes trying on. So bra sizing is very specific to each individual body. So you might get a measurement that tells you a specific size, but you really need to do a try-on session to make sure that you're in the right bra. So certain things to look out for that are common fit issues are first going to be in the cup. So in a cup, to know whether or not you're in a cup that's too small or too large, first you want to look at how that's fitting. So at the top, if you're in a cup that's too small, you'll start to get what we call the double bubbles. So you'll see the breast tissue kind of bubbling out over the top of the cup, and you're definitely in a cup that's too small. You also sometimes can see that the cup will begin to fold underneath the breast here, and that means the breast is not sitting down all the way into the cup. So you're probably in the wrong size there as well. Another thing to look out for if you're in something that's too large is you'll have some gaping up here at the top, and you'll be really empty in the top of your cup. So that in that case, you're probably in something too large and you want to come back down. Another measurement to look at in the bra would be what's called the center bore. That's right here where the 2 cups meet in the center with this piece of fabric here. So if this is pulling away and not sitting flat against the sternum, you're definitely in a bra that's ill-fitting, and the cups are probably too small, and it's not allowing the breast to get all the way into the cup and let this sit straight against the sternum and give you that support that you need. The other thing you're going to want to pay attention to is the band. So I'm going to turn this girl around right here. So in the band, you really want this band to be completely parallel to the floor, and it's almost going to be at the middle of your back. So if you find that you're in a bra and it's really riding all the way up the back like this, this is actually a band that's too big on you. So what's happening is your breast tissue is pulling the bra down in the front, and the band is not tight enough to anchor against the body and give you the support you really need, because most of the support really comes from the band. Now, on the other side, if this is really digging in and you're getting that double bubble effect, or the strap is really digging against the shoulders. You're probably in a bra that's ill-fitting, and maybe the breast tissue is a bit too heavy for the size cups you have, and it's really going to pull the strap down to dig in. On the other hand, if it's slipping off constantly and you're not able to adjust to make it tight enough, you're probably in a cup that might be a little too big, and you're not able to get that anchorage that you need with the straps. So now that you know some common fit issues to look out for, let's talk about what type of bras you're going to need. So I'm going to start with our #1 customer all-time favorite. This bra right here in nude is our seamless bra. So this bra is going to be the most versatile of any bra in a nursing wardrobe. So what's great about this does come in alpha sizes from small to 3X, but we have 2 fits. So if you tend to be a smaller cup size, you want to go for an average busted fit, which is usually a D cup or below. But if you measure a larger cup size, then we have a full busted fit as well to answer to those girls who are in more of the double D, triple D, and up range. So this bra has super stretchy fabric. It's so comfortable. There's no hardware on the inside of the bra at all. So there's no underwire, there's no boning. It's just all comfort all around. There is adjustability with a hook and eye in the back to give you some flexibility on that band size, but really, and then some adjustability on the strap. But other than that, it's completely hardware free. So this bra is just ultimate comfort. Even when I was home on maternity leave with my babies, I found myself often falling asleep in this bra and feeling just fine because it's so comfortable. The other great thing is if you are planning to nurse, it does have our clip down nursing function, which is really easy to do one-handed. So you just clip down and you're ready to nurse baby. The cotton sling in place here is going to hold the bra in place while you're nursing. You can also easily clip down both sides and use this to pump as well, or pump one side at a time. So the next thing that often you might not think about prior to pregnancy is a sleep bra. So, prior to pregnancy, a lot of times you come home at the end of the day and you've been wearing your underwire bra all day, and the first thing you want to do is rip it off and get comfy and just go braless. Well, now you have this heavy breast tissue, and there's soreness, there's tenderness, and then you go to sleep, and then you're leaning on the breast tissue, and it's more sore and tender. So now all of a sudden you're uncomfortable overnight too. So that's where the sleep bra comes in. So this option right here, which you see here in this little ditzy print, which is really fun, is a cotton spandex. So it has great breathability and just this easy, soft brushed elastic, and it's just enough to hold you in place and give you that light support that you need for overnight to stay comfortable and keep the breast tissue a little bit in place so that you're just not flopping to the side. The other thing is it does have great elastic at the neckline, so it's really easy to wake up in the middle of the night, roll over, get the baby out of the bassinet, and just nurse right in bed with her with the pull-down function. So these are 2 of the softer bras. This is going to be a light support, and our seamless bra is going to be more of like your medium all-day support that you want. But sometimes, you want a little bit more lift and a little bit more shape, so that is when you're going to want to go into a structured bra. So there's 2 different options to really consider when you're looking at structured bras. I find that most commonly, once a woman is pregnant, her breast tissue gets really full, and the preference tends to be in a full coverage cup. So a lot of times, maybe pre-pregnancy, you might like a baphomet or a demi-bra. Once you're pregnant, with this heavy full breast tissue, it's likely that you might prefer the full coverage cup. So this option right here does come with the underwire. So an underwire bra is definitely going to always give you the most lift and support and the most shape. This is going to give you your all-day support, and it's great for when you're getting dressed and actually still going to work or going out to a party or something. So one thing that you may have heard is that some people recommend not wearing underwire during pregnancy or lactation because it can cause clogged ducts or mastitis. Usually that is coming from an ill-fitting bra, that an underwire is maybe too tight and digging in, but there's also some genetic component to that. So some people just are more prone to getting clogged ducts, or it could be the frequency of your nursing as your milk is coming in. So whether or not you wear an underwire is definitely going to be a personal preference. I would say that in the first trimester is where you might find the most discomfort because you see a lot of growth spurt. And then also in those first 2 months when you're home with baby, once the milk supply is getting established, that's when you also would want to avoid wires. But after that, once your milk supply is established and you're getting into a good rhythm with feeding baby, if the underwire is comfortable, go for it. I was personally able to wear the underwires and had no problems. The last option would be a wire-free structured bra. So you're going to get the same kind of lift and support and shape that you would in your underwire, but this is just built with a faux wire channel here, so still giving the support without the actual hardware in there. So these are all some of our great options. These are the best-selling bras in the assortment, and this gives you a really nice, versatile, well-rounded assortment. One last thing that I do want to share. We have a really exciting launch that's coming next month. It's not live yet, but I want to give you a little sneak peek. So this is something that's been in development for quite some time and has gone through multiple wear tests. This is our seamless bra, like we showed here in the nude, but this will be a dual function pumping and nursing bra. So you still have your clip down function at the top, but what you unclip to is an inner layer that then has an opening to put your pump flange in, which is great because I know that when I was pumping, I was constantly putting on some other type of pumping bra to hold my pump in place. The other thing that's great is the inner layer does have this surplice, so you're easily able to pull down and nurse baby while you're wearing the bra as well. So if you're a mother who needs to pump one side and nurse the other, it's a one-stop shop. You have it all in one bra. So we're super excited. Look out for it on our website coming in July. So now that I've run through just kind of your bras 101 for what to expect during pregnancy, we're going to move into the Q&A questions. So I'm going to come up a little closer so I can start reading some of your questions. So right now I'm just seeing lots of comments and excitement about the product. So I'm just going to wait to see it until I see a question come up. So I see someone commenting about not wearing a bra. One thing that is really important to consider is all of this additional weight is going to put additional stress and strain on the tendons and ligaments around the breast as well. So in your breast you have what's called the Cooper's ligaments, and they stretch out over time, not just with pregnancy but also with age and weight. And if you're not wearing a supportive bra, the stretch is going to happen faster, which creates sag post-pregnancy. But also those Cooper's ligaments can eventually snap, and then it gives you really low, saggy breasts as I pop my shirt open. So stores that carry the brand, we do have our own website, so motherhoodmaternity.com, but you can also find our bras on Macy's.com, BuyMeBabies.com, and also on Amazon, and more partners to come. So how close to my due date should I get a new bra? I would actually recommend checking your bra size in the first trimester, because you're going to start to see the breast size change right away, and will slowly increase over time. If you're preparing to nurse, then I would say that you definitely want to get your nursing bras ready to go by 34 weeks, because you never know, baby might decide to come early and you want to be prepared. Are any of these anti-sweat? So they don't have cooling properties built into them. That is something that is a work in progress and in the pipeline. But your best bet if you're hot would definitely be the cotton, because that's going to be the lightest and most breathable. So the return policy, typically it's 30 days, but with everything going on with COVID, our customer service team is working with people when returns are difficult in this situation if you can't get out. So, you know, if you have something, feel free to call customer service and they'll help you out. So for an uneven breast, I would definitely just err on whatever the uneven. First, let me say that uneven size is very common, so you're not alone out there. I would definitely get your size based on whichever the larger cup size is, because you want to have that ability to grow and adjust in size, and you wouldn't want to be compressing the one breast to have the other one fit properly. So I'm going to take one more question because we do have to move on to another segment. I missed it. Okay, so it looks like I got all the questions that I could see up on the screen. So we're going to move on to another segment with one of our designers, and she's going to take you through our summer trends, and then we'll wrap up and maybe answer some more questions at the end.